Hey! Woo! We thought this is a video we thought we'd do like quite a casual one, but just a quick video on how we get outside in
motivation.
Yeah, motivation and inspiration from others. So
I guess actually it's like one
not
of
just from
those, isn't
ourselves.
it? This is a much more chilled one. This isn't specifically about dropshipping. I think this is more about entrepreneurship, business, all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, we just want to do this video because some people have actually asked us like, how do you guys actually stay motivated? Because once again, like we were saying, it can be quite a lonely road, I guess. I mean, we do just feed off of each other's energy.
Yeah.
And like that's why we've partnered up, like sort of in the first place, is like working together. We found massive benefits. Plus, I guess he's okay, So it's all it's just that's the way it's sort of. But we've had a lot of outside motivation influences as well, which have definitely helped us.
Yeah, and that's what we want to cover in this video, because we thought, you guys will be watching us, which is great, because that means we're hoping what they've done for us is we're doing for you as well. To really inspire you guys, say, hey, take action, go do it. Set some goals for yourself. So we have other people that we follow as well that helps us on a day-to-day basis. And I mean day-to-day. I mean, I literally every time I have a long journey, YouTube video is on and I just listen to it. And that even if sometimes I can't fully listen to it, I know I'm going to pick up some of the best bits.
Yeah,
so
precisely.
I've literally written down a load of people that I watch. Matt's got some people that he watches. Some of the same as me. Some he probably might see on the list, he might not. But there's some that he watches that I've only seen a couple of videos of. But we thought we'd just share them with you guys, and then maybe you can go check them out, and maybe they'll help you. But they really have helped us. It
also is also bringing not all of these people do drop shipping or even e-commerce, but it's like bringing in what they've learned and their knowledge from other sort of areas into our business. I mean, do you mind if I kick it off?
Yeah, go on.
I mean, first and foremost, like one that we've really heavily implemented it, if you like, is actually sort of the 4-hour work week. So, I mean,
so we're talking about books now.
It's true and it isn't true, because
books and YouTubers.
If you like, we are full-time dropshippers, but we're actually kind of full-time on growth, expanding and trying to make things better and exploring new avenues and new things all the time. I mean, we're running like 10 different tests on like 10 different stores as we speak. It's crazy. But I mean, the whole idea of the 4-hour work week is basically saying, well, here's what it says. It's trying to work only 4 hours a week. And I guess that is pretty much true, or not quite.
Not for us. But we're taking.
In terms of, I'm sorry. I'm talking about in terms of maintenance, like actually maintaining the business. We could maintain our business on very, very few hours a week. More than 4, not going to lie to you. But
we're taking more the principle and what we learned from the book.
Precisely that.
And it kind of hits home like ideals and things that you can do.
Systems
to make that time more efficient, and where you can if you can bring other people into the business, or whatever systems you put in place can just automate that. Like for us, when we got a VA for our customer service, that cut off, I'm not joking, about 30 hours less a week I had to work. 30 hours less I had to work. So you can see how that can improve your business. You can work on other things or have that time for yourself.
When we got our first VA, it's actually quite a good story. I know it's going off topic a little bit.
Way off.
But I was still running my gardening business. So I was working like 9-10 hour days, physical demanding work. Then I would come home, get on a laptop, and I'd be just doing customer service for like another 4 or 5 hours every evening. It was so tiring. I remember just like saying to Jono, Jono, this is ridiculous. He was like, look, we're thinking of getting a VA anyway.
He was quite moody at the time.
Oh, God. Who wouldn't be though, you know? So we got this VA, and she was just amazing, and it literally just freed up all that time. And at the time, it meant actually I wasn't actually making a lot of money from dropshipping either at the time.
We did it as soon as we could just have enough money to have a VA. Yeah, straight away.
I actually recommend it to you guys as well, is to like build almost those kind of systems.
Yeah.
With your profits, and it's demoralizing in the sense you're like, I've worked hard to get some profit, and now I feel like I'm taking it away myself. You're not. You're actually 10xing it.
Yeah.
Just give it a couple of months.
Yeah. And
you'll go, oh my God, that was the best thing I ever did.
And if you guys are running any kind of business, like where that can be done, if something can be done where you don't have to physically be there, it can be done by anyone, because you can teach them your knowledge and how you do it. So if you have a business where something can be done online, or emails can be taken, or data needs to be collected, or customer service needs to be done, or or even sales or marketing that's done online, or even phone calls, you can get a VA to do this, and they are very cost effective, and they're very helpful, and they're keen to work, and you can teach them something that you know, so they can really help your business.
And in turn, in the end, they'll end up teaching you, as it's happened with us.
Yeah, they taught us a lot.
But also Gary V, so someone who we massively look up to, and we're talking about.
We jump from books to YouTube videos, but I don't know why we're jumping from one to another. Should we carry on books and then do YouTube videos? No, it makes it easier, doesn't it? So the 4 Hour Workweek, there are a lot of references, so just get through all that stuff. That's fine, but just kind of get home. It hits home that sort of like, hey, create systems, get them in place. Try and work smart, not too hard, that kind of thing. We'll work hard, but in like shorter bursts.
He always talks about accessibility from your team to your systems to yourself, and he's like how you distance yourself, and not so that you can't offer the support, but you'll find that they start using their initiative a lot more, and they don't think to come to you because you're not necessarily available. So they're like, oh well, I can't ask him. I'll just think for myself. Yeah, that seems right. And 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, they do the right thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So you don't have to be.
You don't have to micromanage everything. And if you've got a business right now, or if you run it, if you're in your kind of job where you feel like you're doing that, you don't need to do it all the time, because it will pull a lot of your time, and you can put efforts into other things. But read the 4 Hour Workweek. It is a longer book, but really just stick through it, get the main points from it. The other book that we both read is Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Amazing.
And it will open your eyes. And if this is something that you're just getting into business now, or you're quite far down the line, even though it's quite an oldish book now, it still rings true to this day, and you'll learn so much from it. I don't want to give away too much that's actually in the book, because I feel like everyone should just go through their own experience with it.
If you're ever going to start a business, run a business,
or learn the principles of money or wealth or anything like that, and how you should pay yourself.
Actually.
The fact that it says pay yourself first and then pay your taxes, or pay yourself first. Even if you're not going to
run a business, even if you're just want to be in a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, if that is generally you, that's absolutely fine. Still read Rich Dad Poor Dad, because it's relevant to everybody.
I know that loads of YouTubers would have mentioned it by now, but there's a reason why loads of people are mentioning it. It is that good.
People should teach it in school. Should
make it a book you should read in English.
Should be like, English,
do a presentation
English,
on it.
Maths, science, the Rich Dad Poor Dad class. That's what
there's your whole entire teaching that's better than you'll ever learn at school.
Because it's true.
It really is. It's taught. That book. So I actually need to reread that, because I just talk about it.
It's an inspiring read, and it does teach you a lot.
I could do some recapping as well, actually.
Another book that I've read, I don't think you've read yet, is one called Millionaire Nextdoor. Now, it basically, the reason why you should read this book, and the reason why I really liked it, and it was actually the first book I ever read, it was before Rich Dad Poor Dad, before 4 Hour Workweek. It was the first book where I got inspired by something that's real.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it's where it's a book based on the people who wrote the book decided to interview loads of different millionaires, because they wanted to know how millionaires ticked. And they couldn't believe the information they got about these millionaires. And again, I don't want to say, about what it's about, but go read the book. It's called Millionaire Nextdoor. Again, it's not a new book, but the stuff will still ring true today. And it's how they behave, how their families behave, how they are millionaires, and how they sustain their lives, and how they could, if they lost all their money now, they could live how long they could live for. And it's just amazing how loads of them have similar traits. So again, you'll be probably surprised at how many traits you might have.
The way they think as well.
Yeah, the way they think. So this Millionaire Nextdoor, great book. But those 3 books, they're the ones that I've read all the way through and actually enjoyed. There are some that I've started, this one you've read, Duncan Bannatyne's, is it biography, his first one?
Yeah, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
I love that. That was the you said about the first book that you sort of got into, and same for me with anyone can do it. I think Duncan Bannatyne's a freaking G. Because
it was cool on Dragon's Den. I mean, and then I've started reading his book, and it already started I'm at the bit where he's got his ice cream vans and stuff.
It's still so early, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's really near the start of the book, but it's really good.
It's so I love his story. How how so often you hear about these millionaires and all the entrepreneurs and how they started so early and they just worked and grinded and all this. He didn't for his whole 20s. not dossed around, but well, yeah, he did. He dossed around on a beach in France, and he's just like job here, job there. Basically, go out in the evening, get absolutely slaughtered, and do it all over again. And he did it till he was 30. Then he came back to England. I think he got inspired by an article in the newspaper. I'm pretty sure he says he thinks it was someone like Alan Sugar at the time. Comes back to England and he starts an ice cream business. And we're talking about he is broke as broke. Well, not as broke as broke could be, but
yeah, he didn't
right
have,
there down there.
He wasn't from a wealthy background. Didn't have a rich family
at all.
Nowhere near. And he started later, 30. I'm 30, so I started at the same age. Just saying.
Yeah, but it's not the typical story, is it?
No, it's not. Typical, you see everyone who's like started at like 21
and by the time he was like 35, he's like his ice cream van business is worth like £200,000, which by the way, back then worth a lot more than £200,000 is now.
Yeah,
still
and that's good anyway.
Really good. And then he starts his nursing home business, and he talks about how he went all in. So he sold his ice cream business, his house, his car, like all the flashy things that he had worked so hard to do, just went. Yeah. And this went first, and luckily he had an understanding wife, family, and all the rest of it, who like understood his logic, and yeah, it basically just pays off, and, and he just is. But massive.
Read it now. You have to read it now. Matt's just told you the whole thing.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it is. I've only read a bit of a story, and so far it's really good. And it's a really interesting background he's come from. So, that's one I'm happy to finish. Awesome. Another one I'm going to read is actually one Grant Cardone's. He does the YouTube as well. I've seen a few of his videos, but I know the guy is killing it in absolutely everything that he does, especially in property and sales. Yeah. But it's called 10X by Grant Cardone. That's one I'm going to read, that and the Duncan Bannatyne one. They're the two that are my next reads, and then I've actually got a few more books that you need to read as well anyway, but they're the next the next two. So is that a successful mindset? The millionaire successful mindset or something like that? I can't remember what it's called. I haven't read it yet, but I've got the book. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Millionaire Mindset or something.
I know exactly. Oh, that's good.
Or Millionaire Success Mindset. I'm sure you can Google it and find it.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that by
yeah. Dean someone? Grazioli. Graziola.
But he's like
granola.
Recommended by people like Tony Robbins and that as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
That looks quite.
But they're the
Millionaire
books.
Success Habits.
Millionaire Success Habits. He's right, because I've seen the books. It's on like my shelf, and I like to look at it and go, yes, me one day.
But that's also interesting how millionaires, or not necessarily millionaires, but people are just really successful in their field. Yeah. They all have similar habits and similar traits, kind of like what you were saying before with that book. But habits and discipline as well, massive.
But yeah, they're the books that we recommend, so I hope you've written those down. Have a look. If they inspire you at all, that's awesome.
Epic.
We just thought we'd again share things that we read that helped us along the way.
By the way, I was also, for you watching, going, I don't even like reading. Why are you telling me this? I hate reading.
I'm the same. I hate reading as well.
You could never find me with a book. Never in a million years. My mum and dad, when I was a kid, tried to force me to like it. I really didn't. These books I love just because obviously they just relate to me. And they really have inspired us. Okay, so we want to talk about YouTube as well. That's probably something that you want to see, because probably the title of this video is going to say who you should watch and what you should read or something along those lines. So should we start actually with this guy? He's not on YouTube anymore. Should we start with him? Yeah, 100%. I'd say he's probably he's one of Derrick Struggle.
Derrick Struggle. he go just search for Derrick Struggle on YouTube and go look at some of his content. There are so many different reasons why we have enjoyed watching Derrick Struggle stuff, and we were. I was actually genuinely a little bit upset when he stopped posting. I was still looking, and I was just watching some older videos, older videos and stuff, until he was going to bring up more. But unfortunately, he's now not posting on YouTube anymore. He's just doing his Instagram stuff. Like, we could go on an hour conversation about this man, but here's some of his videos. It's not just. He's the kind of person where it's not just about the content that he was giving you. It's the way he said it, the way how inspiring he was, how positive he was, and he's kind of like say, "Hey, you guys can do it too." And I think he did that in nearly every single video he did.
He did.
He made you. He was kind of humble. His videos are unedited. He didn't do ads in his videos, anything like that.
So compassionate, wasn't he?
He gave us the idea for a bit of inspiration to our channel. We don't want to edit anything out. We want to be true to our word, and we want to inspire the others. I think he's the one who sort of sparked this in us.
And like we see so many YouTube videos, obviously, which like are perfect. They're perfectly edited, and people spend a lot of time and hard work, and we're like, oh, I don't have the time to do that. Don't know the editor. Okay, we could go out and find editors who could go and.
It kind of puts you off a little bit as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we're just like all these boundaries.
So we use them as barriers.
Derrick's videos was great, and it was just so real, and we're just like, why don't we just let Derrick just like he just does it. Doesn't matter if it's not 10 out of 10. He just does it. 10 out, what do you say? Like, just 7 out of 10 is better. Like 7 out of 10 and done is better than 10 out of 10 and
trying to be a perfectionist.
Not perfect. Or whatever,
Perfection paralysis, as I've seen in some kind of American video I saw the other day.
Okay.
Which is kind of true, I suppose. You be perfectionist, you end up not wanting to post. You want to post a big hit. You want to get loads of likes. Then you're worried that your next one won't get as many likes. Whereas actually having loads of content is a better idea. But like, Derrick was just straight to the point, and his coffee chats every Wednesday. I was like, yes, it's Wednesday, and I just waiting for it. He loves his coffee, and he sits there and answers people's questions. He didn't answer any of mine.
I love his tagline
because you'll be watching this
with the coffee, but first.
Oh yeah,
but first coffee.
But first coffee.
Anyway.
We met him as well, by the way.
I was just about to say that.
He is
an e-commerce. Like that's what he teaches. That's his area of expertise is e-commerce. And he came to London. He's American.
That's insane.
And he came to London. Or he's doing a Euro trip, and he just posted like, "Oh, I'm doing a meetup with some people in London. If like anyone's around." Obviously, we don't live in London. He lives in Derby. I live in the southeast, which isn't too far from London. Yeah. And we're just like, I was just like, mate.
I was teaching a student right at the time with eBay. And I get this phone call from Matt. I'm like, right, Matt. Yeah, Derrick Struggle is in London. I was like, yeah, I kind of know. Yeah, but why don't we just go? And that was it. It got into my head. And I was driving, and I went up to this roundabout where one way I could go the M1 down the south, or I could just go back home. And I went around the roundabout 4 times.
Trying to decide.
And it's just like...
London's a long way.
And then the last thing that I said to Matt, I went, Matt, I'll be honest with you. Because you were saying about, well, in 6 months' time we can say we met Derrick Struggle. I was like, now that you've said that, and I now can't stop thinking about the future me thinking, damn, why didn't I just go meet Derrick Struggle? So we just went.
Just for that little bit of effort at the time.
And he was amazing.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was so cool. And he gave us, there was obviously a group of people who came to meet us, but he gave everyone's individual time and like...
By the way, there's proof that we met him because it's on our Instagram page, just saying.
Yeah.
Even though why would we put this up?
And he gave everyone like unique advice to their personal circumstances, which was just so cool. Rather than trying to generalize it, he would pick out your problems and he would just try
and he'd say go, and as soon as he says go, he just intensely listens as well, like go.
Yeah. And he interrupts you if he knows what you're gonna say. He interrupts you. He's like, sorry man, I don't mean to be rude, but I've heard it. This is what you're gonna say. This is how you fix it. Yeah, okay, yeah.
You're like, okay, and you're thinking, wow, you actually gave me like real answers there.
Yeah.
And he stayed with us for more than 2 hours. He didn't have to. He could have done 20 minutes just chatting and then gone on his way.
On a once-in-a-lifetime holiday for him, like all around Europe. Only had like a few days in London, and he gave like 2-3 hours.
Gave us a few hours at that time.
He gave everyone an evening. Yeah. Because I think we met at like something like 10 p.m. and he didn't leave till 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was awesome.
That is fair play to the guy, you know.
Maybe we can do that one day. And then people turn up and are like, hey mum, can you just go away? Because like, you came to the last one and there was only 3 people there, including me and Matt.
Yeah. Appreciate the support, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for the sandwiches. Derrick Struggle. We're giving more time to him. Yeah, it's so true. We're giving more time to Derrick because, like, I think he's been a big reason why we've come where we are now. But then we had to find our fix from other places. We didn't have the Derrick Struggle fix anymore. Come back, Derrick.
All right. Gary V. Okay, we're not going to talk too much about Gary V.
Don't need to. He talks about himself enough, but in a good way. I mean, the man can talk, is what I'm saying.
That wasn't meant negatively at
all. No.
Literally just Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media platform, he's on it and he's killing it.
And he's really involved. And he was the one who said recently in loads of videos, and I was saying this to Matt the other day, I was like, rang up Matt, I was like, I'm watching Gary V again, and it's like the 5th time he said, use TikTok, post, get 100 pieces a day, and I was thinking, if I ever went to see this man and then said, hi, I've been watching your videos, I reckon his first response would be, have you been posting loads of content. How are you on TikTok? And I'll be like, no. Oh. So honestly, that guy is such an action taker that it's inspiring how much action he is taking and telling others to take.
Yes.
Like to the nth degree.
He's real as well.
He'll tell you when you're talking bullshit or if people are being bullshit.
He's harshly real.
I've seen him call people out, and these people are really nice, quite humble people. And he's like, no, you're the problem.
You're the problem.
Yeah, you need, and this is how you fix it.
Or some I think someone was talking about like how his mum and dad wanted him to go. Oh yeah, that's it. No, so the parents were talking to Gary Vee saying, our son is really inspired by you, but like he's not motivated to go to college. We need him to go to college, and then he can come into our business and like help with the business. And he was like, you guys are the problem because you're pushing him to do what you want him to do because of that's what you think is good for him.
Yeah.
But you're not actually thinking him to think what he thinks is good for him.
Yeah. So
it's just straight away. This is to their face. Like
he's cut straight through it. And
anyway,
he's like that. Watch his videos, honestly. Gary Vee. Well, I'll go find him.
Yeah.
Next person that I watch quite a lot, or have watched, I'll do it in just the order I've written down. It's Paul J Lipsky. Now this guy is a dropshipper. Derrick Struggle was obviously many Amazon FBA and his personal branding, that kind of stuff. Gary Vee is like he's like, and we're talking about him general for motivation.
He's one of the most successful investors. Not Warren Buffett successful, but very successful.
He's killing it. He wants to buy that. Is it New York Bulls? I might be wrong. I don't know American football, but he's trying to buy the New York American football team, and he's saying he's going to do it. It's like power of positivity and talking about it. Now, Paul J Lipsky, he's a drop shipper, so it's really great to have people who are relevant to what you want to do and what you want to achieve. So Paul J Lipsky, he's great. He's an eBay drop shipper, so directly linked to kind of what we're doing. He does it where he buys it from just general retailers, but he's great because he really does little mini how-to videos. He gives like really good nuggets of information, it's inspiring just because of how he's doing it and killing it. He's made a course. He's now done a course on Amazon dropshipping. He like keeps going in the right direction. He started, with his job and did it as a side hustle. Yeah. Now he does eBay full time and he's a YouTuber full time. He's doing his Amazon dropshipping full time. So the guy's kidding. He's got a VA team. He really is someone. Yeah, he's smashing it. So I recommend go watch Paul J Lipsky. He's got loads of good pure content that's good, like tips to use. Next one, you can talk about this one a lot as well. We both watched Impact Theory.
Impact Theory. Tom Bilyeu. I still don't know how to pronounce his name properly.
Yeah, Tom Bilyeu.
But he also strings off to all these other entrepreneurs and successful people who you'll end up also just naturally following him as well.
It's great for that. Yeah, it's called Impact Theory, his show. So if Tom Bilyeu, so I'm not sure if I've spelt it right, just put Impact Theory into YouTube. And there'll be loads of what was Ed Myler interview was really good.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
Who's the woman with the 5-second rule?
Yeah, the 5-second rule. I can't remember what it was, but it's where you take 5 seconds to
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you make a decision.
But then she talks about heavily in psychology in terms of why motivation is bullshit. So that's really quite interesting, and she's made some very, very, very
honestly,
good points.
go on to Impact Theory, and there might be one or two interviews that you don't like, but there'll be definitely one or two that you'll like, and you'll be able to pick someone. And remember, these guys, he interviews some people, and he'll actually ask them questions about how they motivate themselves. So they'll actually tell you how they motivate themselves. These are people who are very successful. We're talking about multimillionaires, people who are successful in their fields, billionaires. Yeah. There's loads of things those things that made them successful, and so you get to know how they work. So I definitely recommend Impact Theory.
Fantastic one for the car because you don't necessarily need to be watching the screen. You just listen.
I love watching and listening to stuff in the car.
I'm saying,
in general, YouTube stuff. This stuff, it's great. Honestly, do it.
But Tom,
he's right.
Well, to be fair to him, one of the best interviewers I've actually come across in terms of interviewing and getting the actual value. Yeah.
He does.
From what person's got to offer.
He gets the VBs.
So he is a really good interviewer. Hence why we watch his stuff.
Yeah. And then I've got this one I'm going to next because we are interested at some point maybe getting into property. We won't go into detail how and why and all that kind of stuff, but because we will at some point, is someone called Samuel Leeds. He's the best property YouTuber I've ever seen on YouTube. Full stop. Because the guy actually shows you how he does it. He shows you how he helps other people. And he even goes to other countries and buys houses and shows you how you can do it. Honestly, Samuel Leeds, if you get into property investment, just watch him. Don't need to watch anyone else in the UK at the moment. He's by far the best, and he comes across really well. So that's just someone I've been watching, and that helps me get inspired as well, because the stuff he does and the things what he practices, best practices, how people he helps, and also gives me a bit of knowledge if I want to when we get into property. And then the last one, I thought I'd save the best till last. Ben Meads.
Hey, Benny
boy. We're actually friends with Ben, by the way. So he has got a really good Amazon. He's called the Amazon Amateur Guru. He used to spell amateur wrong. What an amateur. Sorry. Bad joke.
Ben is fantastic.
Yeah, he comes across so well in his videos.
Yeah, he's got so much knowledge to give as well. Especially once again, if you're starting small time, you want to get into like something like Amazon FBA. I would not recommend anyone higher than Ben.
Yeah.
Actually, because Ben's like smaller scale to like some of the really big successful people, if you like.
Yeah.
But just what he knows and the time that he will give you, it's incredible.
Yeah, no, he's so clear and concise in his videos, and we've been trying to work with Ben as well.
We've worked with Ben with a few projects. Actually.
Yeah, and he's helped us. He helped us sell off our Amazon FBA stuff, and we mentioned that in another video as well. And we were true. We had the truth about it. We personally didn't so well, but Ben did help us. We
would have done a lot worse.
Yeah, Ben helps finish off with that, and then he's got his own products and everything. But please go on his videos. He's got a checklist for free. You should put content, which is great, about how what to look for and to getting into Amazon FBA. So go over to Ben Meads' YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channel and just have a look. But that's what I've got of mine. I've written down. Are there ones that you've seen other dropshippers and stuff? Like Hayden Bowles?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so they're the sort of, I guess, main ones. I guess there's so many people.
These are the ones that I religiously follow.
Yeah.
That's the one. And I have to watch other bits and bobs. And honestly, you can find so much content out there. But there are a few other dropshippers that are...
I guess people that I generally like to see. Not necessarily so much like YouTube. Well, I guess some YouTube, but more I like just seeing their Instagram stuff. It's always positive. It's always like quite relevant to ourselves because we're e-commerce dropshippers or e-commerce. Anyone e-commerce relates to me, to be honest. There's similar patterns. But anyway, Hayden Bowles as well. I've got to admit, like the kid has killed it. Absolutely killed it. I think he's like 19, 20 now. And... smashed it. I think his Instagram is just Bowles. Yeah, check it out. Great daily in inspiration because he's stories all the time, posting all the time, and the people also that he works with and in and around in his circles is just next level.
I've only seen like a couple of his videos, but I always been impressed by him. And there's one where he does a reunion, and he gets his reunion book out, and then you go, if I got a reunion book out, we're talking like 2004. He goes book out, it's 2015. I was just like, oh my God.
Come so far.
This is so nice. And that is like when he was 16, 17, and I was like, really? Like,
yeah.
And that's how fast he's done well. But no, his videos are good. They're inspirational to see how well people could do in that time.
It's insane.
And okay, don't get me wrong, that is an exception. Like, as in like, not that many people go successful in what he's doing, but it's nice to see someone document that who are, because not everyone does.
Yeah, no, he's been so well to sort of keep it all public as well, almost, really. So yeah, no, that's great. Scott Hilse is another one.
Another dropshipper as well.
These are both, by the way, these are Shopify dropshippers.
Yeah, it's different to what we're doing. Again, we're not going to go over Shopify too much at this stage, but it might be something we might talk about in the future because we want to do before we.
We're no experts on
sort of recommend fully all that stuff because we can't teach you anything from it.
Yeah, we're no experts ourselves.
But there are elements.
These guys definitely are.
Yeah, and there are elements what they do that will help us anyway, and also help us in the future and inspire us. They motivate us because we kind of want to. It kind of helps you pick people's brains without having to ask any questions.
I'm going to say Scott Hilse as well. He's basically exactly the same as Hayden Bowles. But Scott is. I really like his story and how he comes across as well. He's very humble, very sort of thankful as well. But I like how he was an Uber driver in LA and like one drop shipping Shopify store just like completely flipped his world upside down.
But he failed at first, didn't he?
Failed at, no, not. It was going well, but because of fear once again.
Oh, that's it.
So he stopped it, shut it down, and he was like, try to put it sort of one side, and then he just came back to it a month later like, wait, it was working. Why don't I just double down rather than run away.
Yeah.
So that's what he did. He smashed it, and then he got interviewed by a Bilyeu. Don't know if you guys heard of a Bilyeu. It's a big Shopify dropshipping sort of platform, like Selfreaks to us, basically. That's probably quite an easy way to explain it. And they had an interview with them, which is quite a big deal, really. You only get interviewed by them if you do very, very well. So.
But yeah, we thought we'd share that list with you. We know this video wasn't 10 minutes, it's more like 30 minutes, standard us. But we wanted to show you the people that we watch and that inspire us on a day-to-day basis. By the way, these guys we are watching right now. So this isn't just like recommendations. I am literally watching all of these people's videos and reading these books. So maybe you guys can go have a look as well. Get just as inspired as we do and get
it's
that little...
manifesting.
Yeah.
Just manifest.
It's honestly, it's like my daily... It's like having a coffee in the morning. I watch this stuff every day because you get your fix, what you want to call it. That thing that it rubs off. You know, people say you're meant to hang out with more successful people. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm not in a place at the moment where I'm doing that. But this is where I'm getting that from. Because if I didn't watch that, then maybe I wouldn't think of certain ideas or push myself as hard.
100%.
Yeah.
It's just it's reinforcing.
And it's free, guys. This
positivity.
is free. Like, you don't have to pay for this. You've already got YouTube. Just go for it.
Just listen to what they say. Obviously, take.
If you don't like them, unsubscribe. Come to find another one. This is just our list. You might hate half the people that we watch, but we found these are people that connect with us in some way.
I also said what I forgot to say. I'd highly recommend it. Actually, also on Instagram, YouTube is J Rich. He's another Shopify dropshipper. I think his stuff is awesome. His YouTube
I haven't seen a lot of his stuff,
well,
so
really cool.
But I know Matt's banged on about him a lot, so that's add that to the list. But we'll put all the names in the description of the people we watch and the books. So if you guys have not written them down, it's fine. You don't have to go back through the video and watch all this again. But anyway,
right, guys, we're gonna end it there, and next video will be actually something relevant, I swear, to dropshipping, obviously. All right, guys, take care.